Hey, what's going on, guys? CG here. Today I got you a $30 budget Jack Atlas deck profile. And I was very excited and very happy to see this in my Walmart. So usually they don't have the good stuff or they don't have the newer sets. Instead, they like try to push the older set that no one really care about in the blister packs, or just like those rip-off uh, power boxes that you don't really get those super crazy BLS or whatever. Anyways, I'm glad they got this, so I picked up 3 of this to make that $30 budget deck profile. And I've seen so many different versions, and mine's obviously different. I've seen one with all 3 extravagance. I've seen one with like a different ratio than what I put, or I've seen one with a certain resonator ratio than what I have. So yeah, let's just get started. And starting off with the resonators, 3 soul resonator. This help you search your fiend monsters, obviously except for himself. The one thing about this, it locks you out for special summoning only for Synchro Dark, which doesn't really matter for this deck. That's literally all you do. Synchro summon big, scary dragon monsters. Anyways, you search a when this card is normal special summon, you add a level 4 lower fiend monster from your deck to your hand. If this card would be destroyed, or if a card you control would be destroyed by effect, you could banish this card instead. So not only it searches your level 4 fiend monster, level 4 lower fiend monster, it also protects your monsters. Next up, 3 of Vision Resonator. This searches any spell or trap card that mentions what's his name, Red Dragon Archfiend, and add it to your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, it searches the spell or trap card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. So that could be your, what's it called, Crimson Gaia, your Absolute Power Force, your Red Rain, no, not Red Rain, Red Zone, I believe mentions it. But yeah, there's a lot of good spell and trap cards you can search out. Also, if you control a level 5 or higher dark monster, which you literally would have, you get special summon him. So that's it for the actual good main resonators. Moving on to the other resonators, that's also really good. Obviously, is your triple Crimson Resonator. Easy monster to bring out. You get special summon this card if you control no monster. And if you control exactly 1 dark dragon monster, special summon up to 2 resonator monsters from your hand or deck. Really good. And then you get, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck except Dark Dragon, which I said it's filled with dark dragons. A lot of good dark dragons. And I still play the 1 copy of Red Resonator. It's just because of that extra life points boost, and you get special summon a level 4 or lower fiend monster from your hand. So yeah, extra life points boost and the ability for you to special summon a level 4 monster from your hand. And then I'm running 2 of Synchron Resonator and 1 Creation Resonator. Both of them do special summon themselves if you control a Synchro. The only difference is Creation. If you control a level 8 or higher Synchro monster, you special summon him. Synchron Resonator, if you control a Synchro monster, you get special summon this card. And then Synchro Resonator, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to target 1 resident monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. Alright, that's it for the Resonator lineup. Moving on to the level 4 Fiend monsters. 3 Bone Archfiend and 3 Wandering Keen Whirlwind. With Bone Archfiend, there we go. With Bone Archfiend, if this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard to special summon him. And then you get to target 1 face-up monster you control that has a level. Send 1 Fiend Tuner from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, you can increase or decrease its level by 1. So it's a level manipulator to help you for the synchro summoning, for your Red Dragon Archfiends, your Supernova, whatever you need to summon. That can help. And then wondering if you control a Fiend Tuner monster, you can special summon him. And then during the main phase, except the turn this card sent to graveyard, banish it, and then add a Fiend Tuner from your deck to your hand. right, moving on for the other good Fiend monsters. 2 Red Sprinter. Actually, not that bad. If you normal summon him, well, you control no monster. You can special summon a level 3 or lower Fiend tuner monster. It's not bad, but it's not that good. I just have him for if I have Red Resonator, I can special summon Red Resonator, special him. Then as his effect, to special summon another Resonator. You know, a little something here and there. And then another good Fiend monster that also manipulate level is Magical Keen Moonstar. The only thing is, it'll be better if your opponent have like a level 4 or 5 monster, because when this card is normal special summon, you gotta target one other face-up monster your opponent control or in the graveyard, and then it changes its level depending on what monster you choose. So if you choose an opponent monster that's a level 4, this becomes a 4. If you choose a monster level that's 6, it becomes a 6. So it's not that bad. I only put it because of the level manipulation. And that's all for the monsters, the Fiends and Resonators. Moving on to the spell cards. I'm running 3 Resonator Call and 2 Resonator Command. Resonator Call helps you search your Resonator monster that you absolutely need. So that'd be your Vision Resonator or Soul Resonator. And then Resonator Command, you gotta discard a Resonator monster to add a level 4 or lower Fiend monster. So you can add your Bone Archfiend or your Keen Whirlwind. Next up, 3 Crimson Gaia. This card is actually really good. You can add a Red Dragon Archfiend or a card that mentions it in your from your deck or graveyard and add it to your hand. So it searches. And then when your Red Dragon Archfiend declares an attack, you can change all monster your opponent controls to face down defense. And if a monster on the field is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you special summon 1 Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. So it's really good, especially with Red Dragon Archfiend effect that destroys monsters in defense after battles. Really, really good. And it special summons Red Dragon Archfiend, so you can do more Synchro Climb. And the last 2 spell cards are Absolute Power Force 2 and 2 Burning Soul. Absolute Power Force is it's actually Absolute Power Force. You can choose one of the 4 effect. You target a Red Dragon Archfiend monster you control that battles an opponent, and you can choose one of these 4 effects. Either make it gain 1,000 attack, your opponent can't activate cards or effects. If it attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing damage, or any battle damage your opponent takes is doubled. Really good. And then with Burning Soul, it's like an easy way to do like an Excel Synchro during your opponent's turn for your Keen Calamity Red Dragon guy. So that way, if like they can't really play it. That's why I'm running 2, just because of that. So it's pretty much like a quick Synchro summon during your opponent's turn. Moving on for the traps, I'm running 1 Red Rain. It's a nuke. It's a big nuke. It banishes all monsters on the field except monsters with high level. This only works if you control level 8 or high Synchro monster, and then you banish all cards on the field except monsters with the highest level. So if you have like Red Dragon Archfiend and then you're like Supernova or something, and you flip this, banish everything, yeah, it's gonna be really good. And then 2 Red Zone for the interruption to pop a card. And then you get to target one of your banished Dark Synchro monsters, special summon it. So yeah, really, really good. Special summoning, and it pops a card. And then on top of this, it nukes the entire field. And then lastly, there's some deck profiles that doesn't really run these. There's some that do. I think Team Samurai didn't run it. Instead, he ran the Sun Ant Thing engine and a 3 Extravagance. But I don't know. I didn't like Extravagance because your extra deck is very limited. You don't have too much good cards. That way you got to limit your extra deck and your options for extra deck, which I'll get to in a second. But a lot of deck profiles I see doesn't run these. There probably is out there, but 2 Fiendish Golem and 1 Fiendish Chain. It doesn't really matter if you do open up with a Fiendish Golem and a Chain. As long as Chain is in your deck, you can use Fiendish Golem to set it from your deck. But Fiendish Golem, target 1 monster on the field with 2,000 more attack, banish it. Then if you activate this card while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or Synchro monster that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend, you can set Fiendish Chain directly from your deck or graveyard. So, like I said, it's not the end of the world if you open up with Fiendish Chain and don't open up with the Golem, or open up with both. But yeah, you don't want to open up with this. You want to mainly open up with your Golem. That's why I'm running 2 Golem, 1 Chain. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, which I'm running 3 Rising Red Dragon. Really good Synchro starter. When this card is Synchro Summon, target Resonator monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And then, what's his other effect? During your main phase, except the turn this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, special summon them both. Which, honestly, that last effect doesn't really matter because you're only running 2 of the same level 1, which is Synchron Resonator. It's mainly his first effect, which allows you to special summon a Resonator monster from your graveyard. So you can special a level 2. That'll be your Red Resonator, gain 21 life points, or your Crimson Resonator, or your Soul Resonator, or your Vision Resonator. So many options to go for. Next up, I'm running 3 of the Scarred Dragon Archfiend. This guy's actually really good. His name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while in the field or graveyard. If this card is sent from the monster zone to your graveyard, you can special summon a Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro Summon. Then, if this card was sent to the graveyard as a Synchro material for Dark Dragon, you get destroy all attack position monster your opponent control. Really good. Just tag him out for any of your Red Dragon Archfiend, which I'm running 2 of the original copy, or 2 of the original OG Red Dragon Archfiend, and then 1 of my actual favorite one, Scarlet. I'm running 1 and 2 because, I don't know, I just want to feel nostalgic. I would run 1 and 2, but like it's situational, and there's an effect that actually flips monsters face down, so his effect would activate more versus Scarlet's effect. Yeah, you get to pop a lot of cards, but it with Scarlet, it has to be effect monsters with attack less than or equal to his attack, and a lot of big boss monsters, effect monsters, have more than 3,000. So it's very situational. It's good, but situational. Same thing with Red Dragon Archfiend. I could say the same thing, but you have cards that flip monsters face down, and this destroys all defense position monster your opponent controls. So you can literally run over one, effect, blow up the field. All right. 2 of Abyss. Spell Trap Negate. It's really why. 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend of Bane. You can distribute 1 monster, then target 1 Red Dragon Archfiend monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And then when this card inflict damage to your opponent, special 2 tuner monsters with the same level. 1 from deck, 1 from graveyard. So really good. 1 Red Nova. Gains 500 for each tuner monsters in your graveyard, and then you get to, I think, banish it. Whenever your opponent monster declares an attack, you banish it and negate the attack. 1 Red Supernova. It's a nuke. It banishes everything and then special summon itself back. And it also gains 500 for each tuner in the graveyard. And then the 1 Calamity. When this card is Synchro Summon, you can activate this effect. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. That's why I'm running the 2 Burning Soul, so I can quick Synchro into him during my opponent's turn. If this card is destroyed by... If this card destroys a monster, by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So yeah, mainly running him for the Burning Soul, so that way I can quick Synchro into him, and my opponent can't really do anything, so he has to pass turn. And that's it for the Red Dragon structure deck, the budget friendly. Again, I am very happy they made this because Jack Atlas is my favorite character out of every single Yu-Gi-Oh character in 5Ds. I love Jack Atlas. Like, he is the GOAT. And he's overall my favorite character, next to Kite and what's his name? Yuri. Kite, Yuri, Jack Atlas are my 3 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh characters. And actually these look really freaking cool. But yeah, that's the budget-friendly Jack Atlas structure deck. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.